But don't look in your rearview mirror, here comes number 8. He's a rocker and a roller and he sure knows how to shut 'em down. I guess he runs independent until the dead is back in town. Yeah, I guess he runs independent until the dead is back in town. Bad boy, stand on it, son.
And welcome to the Nasboys podcast. Now, did you know that when they were building Daytona International Speedway, because of its size measuring nearly a mile, the developers had to take the curvature of the earth into account? So anyways, guys, welcome to the Nasboys podcast. I'm your host, Mike, aka Mike Bob Fan 101, with my good friends and co-hosts, Cam, aka I Spy Cam.
Howdy, y'all.
And Josiah, aka Josiah_Calhoun.
What's peepin'?
So let's get started talking about some NASCAR news here. We're going to start off with the weekend at Gateway in Michigan. The trucks going to Gateway, obviously. So we'll start with that race. What did you guys think of it?
It was a good race in my mind. I kind of thought it was as entertaining. I know some thought different, but then again, I kind of like trucks and I kind of don't. It's a love-hate relationship with me and them. But Gateway always brings something exciting to me, so I liked it.
Good. Solid.
Okay. I personally thought it was a pretty good race. The part that was really weird for me was that power outage towards the end of the second stage. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a really solid race. Congrats to Sheldon Creed. That was a good win there from him, dominating performance. A couple of drivers that I want to highlight. Cam, you're going to call me a simp for this one, but she made history. Hailie Deegan getting her first top 10 of the season and also becoming the fourth woman in history to get a top 10 in the trucks, I believe. So,
well, Mike, for once, I won't call you a simp. I just think it's stupid how she gets congratulated for a top 10. It's like, well, if she's going to get congratulated, why not everybody else?
No, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. I just have to bring it up. Like you've seen, I've brought up people like Josh Williams before as well.
That is true.
And also Chase Purdy. That's another guy that, a lot of people don't really think about too much, getting top 10s. Also, Jack Wood. He got his first ever top 10 as well.
Yeah, both of those names I didn't know. No offense, guys. Just I didn't really know you guys until today. Well, not today, but that past race.
And one more driver I want to mention that impressed me was Carson Hocevar. He was having a lot of trouble early on in the race. His truck was just too tight. And then luckily, the team got it fixed up and he rallied it into an 8th place finish, one spot behind Deegan, who finished 7th. And Chase Purdy finished 6th. So, solid race. Take a look at what you guys had to say. My freaking phone. Hold on, I gotta pause this. All right, guys, we're back. So here's what you guys have to say. 2 of you said great. 5 of you said good. 3 of you said mad/okay, and 1 of you said bad. Austin Hawkins 018 says lights turned off, LOL. And Savage NASCAR, who's not here today, but he is on this podcast, says very long red flag. And the driver of the day is a tie between Sheldon Creed and Hailie Deegan. I'm going to give it to Sheldon Creed because of his performance.
Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Sheldon Creed.
And now let's talk about the Xfinity race. What did you guys think of it at Michigan?
Personally, it was okay, I guess. I don't know. I mean, there was moments when I was a little bored, but I feel like that's just Michigan in general. Most of the time, for me, Michigan's always just kind of a race. So it was an okay, race to me. I really don't have much of an opinion on it. I only got to watch like half of it because my TV wasn't working that day, so stuff was going on. But the other half I did get to watch. Like I said, it was later in the race. It was just meh.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't really get to watch the Xfinity race because I spent most of it driving to Michigan International Speedway. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good race, actually. There was a lot of battling going on in the restarts. That resin stuff that they had for Nashville really works on these tracks, and it makes great racing happen. While the restarts, like I was saying, were really eventful. Like we saw cars, like slowing down a lot, and just a lot of good battles on the track. I really enjoyed that race. Congratulations to AJ Allmendinger as well. That was really awesome to see him rally back and win.
Love AJ.
Yes, I love AJ too. No homo. So here's the driver of the day, or not driver of the day, the thoughts. 2 of you said great. 6 of you said good. 1 of you said meh/okay, and none of you said bad. Savage NASCAR says, too many cautions, but congratulations to AJ, but hoped Allmendinger or Bell won it. Or Josh Berry, he said. Yeah, Josh Berry had a really solid race. He filled in for Michael Annett, who's recovering from surgery. I thought he was going to win it. I didn't think AJ was going to win it. And Allmendinger, not Allmendinger, Allgaier, I'm a big fan of. So that sucks that he didn't win, but it is what it is. And we got a tie here again between AJ Allmendinger and Josh Berry. I'll give it to Josh Berry. He was up front more of the race, and he stayed there and held Allmendinger or Allgaier off. God, why do I keep saying Allmendinger?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Berry too. From what I could watch, he was doing pretty good, which I was actually quite impressed with. Because I didn't really think much was gonna happen. I just thought, he's just gonna be back in the, back. But no, he was actually up in front, and he was doing pretty good. So respect him.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I'll say Josh Berry, but I think AJ Allmendinger has been having a pretty dang good few weeks.
Oh yeah, he's been having a great few weeks so far. He's been doing really well this season, and ever since he's come back to full-time racing, he's been doing really well. So I'm glad to see that happen, and he's just such an awesome person when he wins. I love it. So now let's talk about the Cup race. What did you guys think?
Great race. Great race. There was a lot more battling than personally from what I saw. Restarts were always cool in Xfinity, but really this race kind of really kept up the pace, and I actually liked it a lot. There was definitely some interesting battles in it. If I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it 8 out of 10. It was a really good race, honestly. It's something that I feel like I needed. Races have been good, but that one was really good. Kept me off my seat. So.
Yeah, I thought that this race was really good. I really enjoyed it. There was I felt like the whole race, there was a constant battle for the lead. Like nobody could ever really pull away, and I thought that was really good. And yeah, I just thought that this was a really good race. If I had to rate it, I would give it I think I would agree with Cam and an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with both your points. It was definitely an amazing race. All the battles that were going on, and how eventful it was, especially that finish.
What Larson's wanting is to be able to exit this corner close. William Byron to the bottom.
Dives all the way to the bottom. He's going to try to slide up in front of the 5.
He clears his teammate now in the second position.
Larson back to third. Byron up to second.
Here comes Larson. These guys get put together. They're so close. Matt DiBenedetto behind them in 5th.
Momentum for William Byron all the way up to the back bumper.
Now he's going to push the 12 away. Good block by Blaney to slow that momentum down.
Here comes Larson again with a run, trying to push the 24. Those two trying to work together to catch the 12. Blaney out front. 2 miles to go. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank.
It's going to get side by side and slow each other down.
Yeah, William had to block
Here
the
it
run of
comes.
Kurt Busch, and that hurt that move forward.
Williams got some momentum.
One last opportunity. Into 3 and 4. Blaney has the lead. Byron goes high. Blaney stays down low.
Blaney drifts up the track. Here comes the run from the 24.
Ryan Blaney is going to hold him off. Byron dives to the bottom of the track. Blaney goes to block. Blaney's going to win at Michigan.
That was crazy.
God, I thought they were gonna wreck like 2 or 3 times within like the last 5 laps, and just a lot of great driving there. A big story that came out of the race was Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon's wreck.
Oh,
Austin
there's a big
Dillon,
crash.
look at this. Dillon with so much damage. Just finished 6th in the stage, and the whole back end of the car torn off.
Oh, they had such a good day going.
Let's take a look and see how this started. On the inside of Brad Keselowski off of turn 4. Side drafting the 2. Oh my. Oh, that's a hard hit.
Had just finished 6th and looked like when he went to the apron, he thought once he crossed the start-finish line, just come back up on the racetrack, but the 2 was there.
I thought that at first I thought Keselowski just like flat out dumped him for no reason, but I watched the replay plus their onboard cameras, and it looked like it was both their faults. It wasn't really like one or the other's fault. It was just like it just happened. Like Dillon was trying to come up off the apron, and Keselowski, I don't know why he was going down, but he did. And there is video footage of him during the radioactive saying that he didn't mean to do that. So.
Oh man, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. And tell him I'm sorry. I had no intent to do that, man. I didn't think he was coming back up.
Him on purpose. I'm an old man, but I can kick his ass.
He didn't dump him on purpose. And let's take a look at the thoughts.
No, I thought that was pretty stupid too. It was more stupid to me though was all the arguing that was going on that I saw from people. I thought it was pretty stupid.
Well, you know, Cam, it's the NASCAR community. They're going to argue over stupid things.
Yeah, I know. It just like they were both arguing and they all sounded like children. And, which I'm not surprised by. But, you could clearly tell that it was just both their faults. And, there was no harm to it. It's not like they fight. They had a fight. So it's like, what's the point?
I mean, I'm probably guilty in being part of an argument because well, I'm not going to get into it, but I did get into an argument over that. But, yeah. So now let's take a look at what you guys have to say. 6 of you said great. 3 of you said good. None of you said meh/okay, and none of you said bad. Which the last 2 races, one more thing I have to mention about this. The last 2 races have been so good. I've enjoyed it so much. Henry24257 says, like a plate race, and the Fords got it done again. 100 out of 10. Yes. Congratulations, Ryan Blaney. I was so happy that he won, especially when Joey got taken out in the madness that happened at the end.
In second, here comes Hamlin though. Into 3, he dives down low. Look at Tyler Reddick in the 8.
Oh, almost contact. He's going to go around.
Tyler Reddick keeps it pointed straight, but now too much pressure on the 22. They go around. Caution will come out.
Left rear damage here, guys.
I wasn't sure who was going to spin out there, but somebody was going to have to. There's too many.
Thanks, Reddick and Truex.
Yeah. Well, I honestly really. It's always nice to see Blaney win. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit at times.
Exactly.
So it's really good to see him win because now it's kind of like a good old middle finger to everybody that doesn't really show enough love to him. And I will say though, man, there was times where I thought he was gonna wreck. He was really loose at times. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I thought Byron or Larson was just gonna hook him.
Yep.
And Savage NASCAR says, great racing, close finishes, and there were crashes. And the driver of the day is between Larson and Brad Keselowski. and Austin Dillon, but I think that was kind of a joke. So I'll give it. That's tough, actually. I don't really know who I want to give it to because I mean Larson, he did well. I'll give it to Ryan Blaney because he came back and won it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why some people said some of the other names. Yeah, it's either to me it was either Blaney or Byron, but yeah, I'm gonna give it to Blaney. Byron's been doing really well lately. I don't know if you guys have taken a notice to this, but he's really been up there in front. Hendrick's just been on their stuff lately. I don't know what it is, but just them as a unit has really been just showing everybody up. So
I heard a rumor that it was more horsepower, but I'm not really too sure. Josiah?
Yeah, who do you think is driver of the day?
I guess. Yeah, this actually is pretty hard because it feels like there isn't really a definitive driver of the day. But I guess I'll say maybe if Austin Dillon didn't get wrecked out after stage 2, this might be a little bit different. But I'll say Ryan Blaney because he kind of just like came out of nowhere. Like I didn't really see him or really pay attention to him at all until later in the race when he was doing really good.
Yeah, very true.
It's kind of funny. Blaney just popping out of nowhere kind of reminds me of reminds me of when Cole Custer came back and kind of just went out of nowhere and came and took the win. So, that's what it kind of reminded me of.
That's a good point. He came back because of the restart, though. He played his cards well there.
That's true.
So now let's get into some news going on in the NASCAR world. But first, my condolences, or our condolences, all go out to Robin Miller. He was a broadcaster who passed away on the day that we're recording this, which is Wednesday, August 25th. So rest in peace to him, and my prayers and our prayers go up to his family.
Yep.
So now let's talk about some news. We're going to start off with some kind of interesting news. Jesse Owuji and Emmett Smith have started a team similar to what 23XI has done. And it's called Jesse Owuji Motorsports, I think, or Jesse Owuji Racing, one of the two. What do you guys think of this?
Not like no bias, of this. I think it really is, good to see that. Like, Jesse Owuji, I feel like, he did deserve, something a little more because I really feel like you don't see him, that much that often anymore. Like, I rarely ever see him. So, to see him get a team now, that's kind of cool. So good for him.
Yeah, I think good for both of them. I think this is pretty cool. I don't really expect them to do that great, at least starting off, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool to get some more popular sports figures like a football player into NASCAR. I think, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I hate to cut in front. I just want to say, man, Emmett Smith, whoa, so weird. I don't know why. Just that's random. That's more random than Michael Jordan was in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I said it or not, but it's only in the Xfinity series. It's not in the Cup series, but I think that this is pretty cool to see. I mean, there's more sports figures coming into NASCAR, which is great to see. Congratulations to Jesse. He's a cool guy. He served this country, and he also responds to fans a lot on social media, which is really cool because not a lot of drivers really do that. So he has my respect for that, and I wish him and Emmett the best of luck. So next thing we're going to talk about is Eric Jones is returning to Richard Petty Motorsports. Any opinions?
I really don't know how to feel on this, to be honest. I'm 50-50. In my mind, I wish maybe he could have taken his chances somewhere else, but it didn't really work out. So, I mean, maybe he could do something special and surprise me and show me up. But until then, I just kind of think it's a kind of situation.
Yeah, I know. I kind of feel like that. This is not too bad for either sides. I think Eric Jones. I think he gets at least like a pretty decent ride, a lower tier ride, and I think it's good for Richard Petty Motorsports too because they get a driver like Eric Jones. So yeah, I think this is pretty decent for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of expected.
True.
You know, he's performed okay. I mean, he's performed basically how RPM performs. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's really just to be expected. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it.
Yeah, I'd say it's a win for RPM, but man, I feel bad for Eric. I just hurts my soul. You know, he
Oh
could have
yeah,
been something way more. That's just what upsets me is just seeing this. It just hurts my soul a little bit. But anyways.
yeah. I mean, he kind of got screwed, but I think JGR kind of won that because Bell's been the better driver so far.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, it kind of, especially I do feel bad for my fellow Michigander. It kind of just got messed up from JGR.
And now, final thing for the news topic, we're going to talk about NASCAR Cup Series director Jay Fabian has temporarily stepped away from his role. He is shown to have a court date on September 27th on felony charges of animal cruelty, and there will be several people to fill his duties. What's your guys' opinions on that?
You know, really, I mean, you know, Michael Vick, man. That's all that kind of came to mind, which may sound messed up, but I don't know, just kind of a jerk, I guess. I mean, I don't know, I guess I'm a little surprised, but you know, for number two, it's just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, what, like, you know, it just didn't make sense to me. That's all. That's really just, yeah.
Oh yeah, really. All I have to say is I think it's a really terrible thing to be hurting animals, but yeah, that's really all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have too much of an opinion on this. Cam, I do agree with your point of Michael Vick. But just, I don't even know who the guy is, and I think that it's very crappy to be hurting animals, and I hope that if he really did hurt the animals, that he gets put in jail.
Yeah.
So now let's do something a little bit different. NASCAR driver video game ratings, because as many of you guys know, a lot of athletes, they like to talk about their Madden or 2K ratings in their respective sports. And a lot of people in the community have thought of doing this idea. So this is kind of like our twist on it. We're going to do just a couple drivers and then move on. So if you like this idea, comment down below if you want us to do it again with some more drivers. So Cam, give us some drivers.
All right. So coming in, I have Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson, both at 97 overall. I think this is a good rating for them. You know, I feel like if I saw a reaction video, I feel like they'd both not be upset at it. Brad Keselowski, I have him at an 89 overall. You know, he's still Brad, so, you know, I still have somewhat, you know, some love for him. Just that he hasn't had a really a good year, though. You know, he hasn't really done much, like not too much anyways. And so, you know, I think that's respectable for him. And then for Joey Logano, I have a 92 overall, as, you know, he's pulled in some wins and, you know, he's looking still pretty fresh, still up in front. And then I also have Chase Elliott at a 91. And yeah, that's my list.
Okay. Oh wait, where are you gonna go?
No, you go, Josiah.
Okay, so thanks, but first up, I'm gonna I have Kyle Busch. So I'm thinking I'll just rate them this season. So for Kyle Busch, I think he could be I have him as a 93 overall, and then I have Kyle Larson this season as a 96 overall because he's just been so dominant. And then Brad Keselowski this season, I'll say he hasn't been the best, but he's also been pretty decent. So I have him as a 89 overall. And then Joey Logano, I have him as a 92. And then Chase Elliott, I also have him as a 92.
Not bad ratings. So Kyle Busch, I'm going to give him a 95. I mean, he's been very good this season. Kyle Larson, I got to give a 97 to. I mean, he's been the class of the field so far, very consistent. Let's see, who else did we have? Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, I'll give a 91 too. He's been solid, just having a typical Chase Elliott year. Joey Logano, I got to give him a 92. I mean, he's been having another Joey Logano type year. And Brett Keselowski, I think I'm going to agree with like an 88, 89 maybe. You know, he's just been, no disrespect, he's been solid, but like he hasn't really been like himself. He's just been kind of towards the back, but I don't know. Maybe Penske's not giving him as good of cars because, you know, he's leaving soon. So we'll see what happens. Maybe next season he can bump back up to a 90.
You know, hate to say a joke here, but you know, it's just kind of funny to me. You know, at least we won't be here and Penske keeps wrecking their own teammates. You know, maybe this time Keselowski will be on Rouse instead, so it'll be a little different.
Cam, they don't say that about Brad. They say that about Joey, and it's completely.
Yeah, but like Brad's been in
Joey.
a couple of them, so like he's been in more than one with Joey. I feel like most of the time when they say that joke, it's always been Joey and Brad. So, you know, I just think it's kind of funny, you know.
All right, so we'll be right back. We gotta stop the recording real quick. All right, guys, we're back. This is going to be the top 10. This is top 10 Coke 600 or Coke 400 moments. Please excuse me. Coming in at number 10 is the 1987 Firecracker 400 finish. Here's the clip.
The battle for the lead here on the back straightaway really heating up, just like the 4th of July sun here in Daytona. Down on the inside, Ken Schrader trying to make his move. He gets out in front of Dave Marcus and takes the lead.
Kenny Schrader with the lead, but he's brought somebody else along with him to the bottom of the racetrack. Schrader up high, and then it is number 71, Marcus dropping further back. That is the lap car of Bobby Allison.
Allison tail end of the lead lap. White flag, Schrader. Marcus sits in second. Gant goes for second on the bottom. Buddy Baker is there. Waltrip is there. Morgan Shepherd will be part of it. Schrader trying to draft away. They're 3 wide behind him.
Bobby Allison's car has a half-length lead on Schrader. But now right behind Kenny, the battle is between Dave Marcus and Buddy Baker. Again, Marcus goes high. It's hurt him the last couple of times, and Baker is going to take a shot at the lead.
So it's Bobby Allison out in front of the field, not on the lead lap, but here comes Buddy Baker. He'll pull up alongside Ken Schrader on the back straightaway. Dead even as they head for turn 3.
Buddy Baker by half a car length. Schrader to the bottom of the racetrack. Buddy Baker rides the high line at Daytona. Schrader and Baker side by side coming off at turn 4.
Ken Baker hold it out there. He's in front by 1 car length. They come out of the corner. Schrader hits the wall as they come out of turn number 4. He's out of control, about to go right into the middle of the field. Car goes upside down, slams into the wall as they go across the start-finish line. Harry Gant has crashed. A hard crash on the final lap here at Daytona this afternoon. Heading.
What a finish here at Daytona.
Mike, they're saying, just unofficially right now, that possibly Bobby Allison has won this race here this afternoon.
Well, Barney, you remember he was in front before that caution came out. He was in front of the leader at that particular time, and we said that he'd gone all the way around the track, so his crew's coming into victory lane.
That's exactly where Allison's heading. Quickly, let's give you an update.
So this finish was very wild. It started out with Bobby Allison battling with people such as Ken Schrader, Harry Gant, and a couple of others. He made an impressive pass over them, and he was leading, and there was a lot of battling, just, you know, normal Daytona racing. When all of a sudden, Ken Schrader, he was trying to get to the lead. He hit the wall, and he was in the lead, mind you. I should have specified that. He hit the wall and then flipped over into Harry Gant. Bobby Allison got passed and won. But a lot of people were confused because this was before the time when there was electronic scoring and everything was done by hand. So the TV and radio were told that Allison was a lap down and that he didn't win the race. But after some reviews, it was known that he won the race.
And coming in at number 9, we have John Andretti's first career win in his 100th Cup start in 1997.
A good move by John Andretti.
All kinds of things being played out here as Andretti is bringing him down very, very slowly. It's up to him to set the pace. He can begin to accelerate whenever he wants to. And now he picks up the throttle as the white and green flags come out. We've got 2.5 miles to go. And Dale Jarrett is right on the back bumper of Dale Earnhardt, almost making contact with him. Let's see how things play out as we enter the final lap. Jarrett looking toward the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get second place from Dale Earnhardt, and he may have it here. Jared has a half a car length on Earnhardt, and all this helps John Andretti.
And Sterling Marlin.
Look at Sterling Marlin. He'll make it 3 wide down the backstretch as they shuffle for position. There's Terry Labonte up on the high side of the racetrack, and Ward Burton is down in the grass as he tries to pick up position. Oh, and there's a crash. Trickle and Burton.
Damn it. Come on.
Mark Marquez. Let's see who wins this race.
Oh, and Sterling Dirt Coat flies on the side. Here we come off the line.
It's going to be John Andretti winning and Terry Labonte finishing second. The battle for third goes to Sterling Marlin with Earnhardt fourth and Jarrett fifth. Performance.
John Andretti dominated en route to his first Winston Cup win and the only win for Cale Yarborough as a car owner.
Okay, so coming in at number 8 is the 1994 Pepsi 400. Roll the clip.
Jimmy Spencer can get the job done here on the final circuit of this event. He heads up high on the racetrack once again with a lot of momentum build-up.
Yep, he's making Ernie protect that low side of the racetrack. He's going to have some momentum when he comes off this turn, Bob. He's going to have enough to move up the side of him, I believe.
And he makes a move to the inside at the halfway point down the backstretch, and he gets the lead, or at least he gets an advantage on Earnhardt. They touch coming down the backstretch.
That's Ernie. Earnhardt. Side by side, here they come for the checkered flag. Who's it going to be?
Will it be Ernie Irvan on top or Jimmy Spencer on the low side? Off of corner number 4. Here they come. It's going to be a drag race to the checkered flag. Jimmy Spencer wins it. Whoa, baby. How about that?
Okay, so in 1994, Jimmy Spencer would edge out Ernie Irvan by a nose, like a really crazy finish. It was really close, but he would just beat him out by a nose to get the win. Jimmy Spencer, his first career win.
In at number 7 is Greg Sachs' only Cup win. Here's the clip.
And as Labonte and Greg Sachs come out of turn 4, preparing to take the white flag, this last lap could prove interesting if that's the case. Meanwhile, in the Greg Sachs pit, they're believing that they have this race won. Sachs' wife Victoria was there with her fingers crossed. Sachs now moving alongside of Labonte. He certainly is making moves which indicate he believes he needs to finish in front of Labonte. The last lap of the Firecracker 400. Greg Sachs, without question, has removed some of the headline potential from Bill Elliott today. Labonte still in front of Greg Sachs. It would take the unbelievable. Sachs is moving high alongside Labonte, way close to the wall. That definitely confirms it. There is no way Sachs would make such a move if he felt he was in front. But now, even in his own mind, Greg Sachs is the winner of the Firecracker 400.
So I don't have too much info on this, but he won for Diagard Motorsports as a research and development driver. He caused Bobby Allison to win the team or lead the team, excuse me, and it was his only win.
And coming in at number 6, Jamie McMurray beats Kyle Busch in photo finish in 2007.
Kyle Busch now has his brother Kurt behind him.
The one thing is Kyle Busch has the inside, and because of where the start-finish line here is, at this place, the inside line is the line if you can maintain it coming out of turn 4.
Will Edwards,
man, I'll tell you what.
Will Edwards help his teammate, or will he make a move for the win?
I don't know if he'll be able to make the move for the win.
Kyle Busch is the guy right here. He's your winner.
He's going to have the momentum, and he's going to get to the line.
Coming to the checkers.
Oh, whoa! That was close. I don't know.
Waiting for scoring.
I think the 26 got him.
It says 26 on the monitor.
Wow.
Great. My God. What an incredible finish.
McMurray defeated Busch to win the Pepsi 400 and claim his second victory and in a 166 race winless streak that he had spanned since 2002. When he won in his only second start while subbing for Sterling Marlin, the final margin of victory was 0.005 seconds, tied for the second closest margin in NASCAR history since electronic scoring and timing was adopted in 1993. The other top 5 finishers was Kurt Busch in 3rd, Carl Edwards in 4th, and Jeff Gordon in 5th.
Okay, so coming in at number 5 is the 1974 Firecracker 400. Roll the clip. Okay, so in 1974, David Pearson And Richard.
Turn 4 has been one of the exciting NASCAR finishes have started, and it's going to happen here again today between a couple of drivers who have slugged it out so many times before. 5 car lengths the margin as Pearson leads Petty home.
Two master components in the world of motorsport trying to compose another victory. And now Pearson drops back. Petty takes the lead in turn 1. Pearson dropping behind Richard Petty. Petty goes into the first turn. The STP Dodge is in front.
Pearson fell off the pace for a moment as Petty comes sailing around. Whether it's just a maneuver on David's part or whether he has problems, we'll know in a minute, because Pearson is now 6, 8 car lengths behind as they leave turn 2 and head for turn 3.
The checkered flag will be the next flag out. They have taken the white flag. They're down the backstretch.
David Pearson now moving up on Richard Petty, but Petty has the lead. There's 5 car lengths still between them, and Petty goes into the second set of turns in the lead. Pearson closing it up, goes high on the racetrack. Now just 2 points, 2 car lengths separating the two. Let's see what the move's going to make. It's 1 car length separation as they head for the checkers.
Richard Petty is in front. They almost touch in turn 4. Here comes Pearson down the inside. It could be a dead heat finish at the line. David Pearson wins it. Pearson wins it by less than 5 or 10 feet. He came with a slingshot out of turn number 4, pulling around the draft, and David Pearson has defeated Richard Petty at the line, and it is a dead heat for third.
Just like, honestly, probably one of the greatest battles for the win in in NASCAR history. So they would battle for the lead, and then David Pearson would end up beating out Richard Petty by a nose. So I think this is definitely one of the greatest, if not the greatest rivalry in NASCAR history, resulting in one of the greatest finishes in NASCAR history.
In at number 4 is Kyle Busch wrecking and Tony Stewart winning. Here's the clip.
Wanted to touch him, man. Just wanted to touch him.
Can't get him to the high side. Here he comes.
There he turns him. He turns him.
Busch in the wall. Here comes Stewart to the checkered flag. And another car gets in the backside. It's Casey Kane. And they're scattering everywhere as they come to the line.
Some of these guys hit hard, man.
And one of them was Kyle Busch.
They're still hitting hard. Man.
So on the final lap going into the tri-oval, Kyle Busch was hooked head-on into the wall by Tony Stewart. Stewart was just trying to jockey for position and trying to get past Kyle, and I guess that was the only way to do it. He was then hit by Casey Kane and then hit by Joey Logano, and luckily he was not hurt, and contends to this day that Stewart intentionally wrecked him. But however, Tony apologized for wrecking him and said that he did not mean to, and he felt bad about it.
And coming in at number 3, Austin Dillon's scary wreck in 2015. Here's the clip.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. to the bottom of the track. Jr. will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Of Austin Dillon into the catch fence. All the crews getting out to that car to assist these drivers.
If you haven't seen it, you've been living under a rock. They're coming into the last turn near the finish line, and he got flung into the fence. Very, very scary wreck. Honestly, thought he was dead.
Yeah, that definitely was a very scary wreck, but now coming in at number 2, I'm actually really glad that I get to review over this one. But it's the 2001 Pepsi 400. So roll the clip.
Coming behind you. Now 2 team cars race in the 1 and 2 positions.
That's who Dale needs to see in his rearview mirror right now. That's the best thing he can see.
Will Michael Waltrip block for Dale Jr.? Will he try to win the race himself? White flag is out. Final lap at Daytona. 180,000 on their feet, screaming wildly. 2.5 miles to go.
Just exactly the opposite of the Daytona 500. It was 15 and 8. Elliott Sadler is trying to keep Bobby Labonte behind. He can't do it. But he does move down in front of Rusty Wallace on that fast line.
Up clear.
Bobby Labonte looking for some help, trying to get up there. His teammate Tony Stewart has never answered the black flag.
and they're 4 wide back between the Wallace boys.
Here they come, turn 4, final lap of the Pepsi 400. Michael Waltrip in second, but it's going to be Dale Earnhardt Jr. using lessons learned from his father to go from 6th to 1st and score the victory in the Pepsi 400.
That's unbelievable.
Yes!
That man behind you did it for you. You guys celebrate. You love you, man. You did it.
That was beautiful. Very, very nice.
Junior, you're happy.
Look at that smile. Wow.
I don't think there's anybody here that didn't want to see that.
Sentimental favorite, emotional favorite. Earlier in the broadcast, we talked among ourselves. Some of the moves he made on the track today looked like his father behind the wheel.
I am speechless.
Tears and cheers.
Pretty cool.
Okay, so I think this is definitely one of the most emotional moments in NASCAR history because Dale Earnhardt Jr. would win at Daytona after this, because this was the first race at Daytona since his dad, Dale Earnhardt Sr., would tragically pass away. So this was the first race at Daytona since then. And then Dale Jr. would end up winning, and I'm pretty sure Michael Waltrip would end up finishing second. So yeah, this is definitely a very emotional win for him, and definitely a very, very great moment in NASCAR history.
Yeah, it's definitely a powerful moment right there. I remember I watched that a couple months ago, and I've just seen it a lot ever since, and it's one of my favorite moments in NASCAR history. But coming in at number 1 is Richard Petty's 200th win. Here's the clip.
The final laps turned into an epic duel with future Hall of Famer Cale Yarborough passing Petty on the backstretch of the final green flag lap, only for the King to slingshot beneath Yarborough at the exit of turn 4 for a dramatic race-winning pass.
Straight, here they are, Sam. They will come across the yellow line, just about together, but Petty had the lead. As they come down this time, you are going to see a checkered flag for car number 43. Richard Petty has won the 200th race of his incomparable Grand National Stock Car racing career.
The post-race celebration between the two men made headlines across the country, forever capturing a signature moment and a record that will never be challenged.
So not really much to say about this. He got past Cale Yarborough, racing to the final yellow of the race, ending it in front of President Ronald Reagan for his 200th win in a narrow finish. After the race, he talked with President Reagan and ate KFC with him and everybody else. So now let's get into our picks for this weekend. We got the Xfinity and Cup Series at Daytona. Can you guys go ahead and try to find the pick, and I'll think about my pick because I'm not sure who I want for the Xfinity race.
For Xfinity, I am going Allgaier.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm actually about to look at the lineup for the Xfinity race. So I'm just okay, yeah, I think I'll go with Justin Haley. I think he's been really good at super speedway, so I'll pick Justin Haley for the Xfinity race.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember what happened last time. It was a battle between AJ Allmendinger. I think, I'm going to go with a bold pick. I'm going to go with AJ Allmendinger. Okay, guys, so while I was editing the video for this week, I decided to change my pick from AJ Allmendinger to Justin Haley. So disregard my last pick. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the video. To win this race, and he'll get his second win in a row. But for the Cup race, I already know who I want to pick for this. Do not call me biased. This may end horribly, but I'm going to try and do this. I say Joey Logano is going to win the race this weekend. He almost won the Daytona 500. He's very solid on super speedways, one of the best super speedway racers there is. And he almost won this race last season until he got taken out by William Byron making a 4-wide.
Has Bubba Wallace now trying to take the top spot.
A tremendous move by Joey Logano gets him to the lead, and they're 4 wide. Hamlin on the bottom, Logano in the middle. He gets turned, and they're wadding it up in turn number 2. Logano's in the wall. Kenseth in the wall. Jimmy Johnson is in the fence. Tyler Reddick gets nailed. Kevin Harvick gets a piece of it. John Hunter Nemechek is involved.
I picked Joey Logano, baby. Let's go.
For me, I got Byron, which I kind of, I kind of hate to see it because, it kind of screwed over Logano. But this is not a biased channel, and I'm not biased. So I do got Byron. Like I said, I think he's been running really good. And, I think he's destined for a win. And I think Daytona's where he's going to find it.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to go with Tyler Reddick here. I think he gets the win, and he gets the clutch win. And he's going to lock himself into the playoffs, and because he was pretty crazy last year at Daytona, so he was also doing pretty good. So I think Tyler Reddick gets the win.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a great race. I'm really excited for it. I think Daytona was the best choice for a regular season finale, and it was a great race for last year. And I'm hoping that this year is another great race. So here are my fantasy picks that no one asked for. William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, and Joey Logano. Like I said earlier, Joey Logano is my race winner. Byron is my top Chevy. Logano top Ford. Hamlin top Toyota. Ford winning manufacturer and winning team, Team Penske. But anyways, that is going to close out today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure you guys follow our Instagrams and join the Fantasy League. We will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.